Good morning. Happy Sunday. And today we're going to be taking a look at XRP and the Sigma coin. So XRP is starting to give ourselves a little bit of a blue indication on these guys. So these two are starting to turn up. As you can tell by price action, we've had a pretty good reaction off the lows. But the 3-day overall indicator is still red. So we're just waiting until we get our green confirmation to play out. So 2-day still red. And the daily is starting to click over as we've known. For a while here where we start having this kind of breakout playing off, but we're not playing off the daily because again, as you can see, it's got a lot of chop through different regions, would have wrong footed you all through here. So what we're really looking at is that 3-day to play out for what we're aiming for. So, but it can be used to kind of give you an idea. Like, so here at 210, we started losing the daily when we knew that we had two stop loss move ups that started happening through here. And with that daily loss, this would have been your exit in the region off of this initial entry on the 3-day. And then we would have been waiting now for a potential restart. So, you could, throw your money in, but it's better just to wait at this point because cash is the way, because we don't know if we're going to have a rollover. So that's kind of what we're still watching here, but so far no 3-day indicator. And the next component here is our zoomed in time frame. We've completed the ABC up that I was expecting to play out here. So if we go back to our other scalp opportunities that played out through the course of XRP's price action, you can see we had the scalp right here, and we ended up doing an ABC to the upside, or even a larger ABC to the upside here. And that would be the equivalent of this, and then there's a pullback that we end up having. And then over here, same type of story. We had this scalp opportunity as well, where we bought this scalp, and then we had a bounce, a breakdown, and then an ABC back up for a higher level, and then a rollover, right? So this rollover is likely to play out there, and then we also have the same thing here with a rollover there or even there, as you can kind of count the method of what it does. So expecting a rollover will probably play out pretty well. Liquidation heat map shows that we do have liquidity down here in the 130s, and so all these guys are now in trouble, waiting for, thinking they had the right answer, which they did. So if they took profits, good for them. But if not, then all of these guys who are slow are down to like 125 or so in the last 2 weeks. So these guys are now open for sweeping. So, and then finally, Sigma coin has been giving us some interesting counter information. If we can end up playing out how this is, where we end up coming up to this trend line, breaking down, hitting the trend line, breaking down, hitting it again, and breaking down. Question is, can we hold above it, right? So we want to see it turn into support here. So we had two big, large sells that came in that pushed the price back down again. RSI-wise, that's led to a reset of our 1 hour. Our 4 hour is now getting ready to work on its correction, and our 12 hour is also up here at the highs along with the daily. The only thing that's going to be down here at the lows is the 3-day. So the 3-day is still working its way off the levels. So it's probably overall a minor correction over these next few days as we start seeing XRP pull back. And once this kind of stabilizes here and gets bought back up, we'll work to build support on top of this range. So that's what we'll be looking for right now, rather than this rejection that we just got. So Sigma's telling us that we do also probably have another pullback. I'd like to see claim of this trend line and a support base built on top of it. So we'll see if we're able to get up there, because only 160 million Sigma gets you access to the indicator channel, which gives us background data on XRP and everything else related. So yeah, we'll see how that, see if you want to join us. So Sigma's looking good. Liquidity shows our sweep to the downside is setup is now ready. We've got ourselves XRP on the short time frames doing an ABC up, very similar to this one and very similar to this one. So we have lower and we have lower potentials, and we have lower and lower potentials that can play out here, and even a move back down into our final targets, which could push us all the way down here now, down to 94 cents, but even as low as 91 cents for a 618 back test. So time will tell. We will find out together if this is in the cards or if we just start getting out of here. So the key finally is, can we support and hold in this range of $1.50 to $1.60? And if we could chop here and get out, then we're good to go. So all right guys, we'll check in tomorrow, and thanks so much for watching.